Hello, it is No Chill MMA, and welcome to UFC 324 card builder predictions and breakdown. Now, this has to be. I don't know if this is the biggest or if the next one might be the next one might be the best, but this one's the biggest because this is the first card on the Paramount Plus deal. And we need this to be huge, man. We need this to be an absolutely massive card. I mean, a giant card. And how could we get better than UFC's biggest star on UFC 324? Illia Topuria should main event UFC 324 in January, the first pay-per-view of the new deal. I think this would be in like mid-January, right? This card would be like opening up the year, the first UFC card of the year. Topuria, and I was thinking about who his opponent should be because you have a lot of options, obviously. I mean, you have guys like Gaethje, Hooker, Sarukian, Holloway, fucking even Gamrot. Makhachev is still, on the table, really. There's just so many different options that Illia Topuria has. And this might not be the most deserving challenge, but I think this one is like the best, marketability wise, just attention wise. This is a fight that needs to open up UFC 324. There's one guy Illia Topuria actually doesn't like, actually has a rivalry with. I don't care. It's not Arnold Sarukian. He needs another fight. Illia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett live, Wembley Stadium. I don't know, dude. Put it in the UK. This is a UK card, Manchester, London, wherever, big-ass stadium, Paramount Plus. This is how you open up the year. Pimblett versus Topuria, lightweight championship. This has so much potential. So much potential, man. I mean, if Pimblett wins, holy shit. If Topuria, shows that Scousers actually do get knocked out, that would be awesome as well, because Pimblett is a young guy in his prime right now. Nobody can argue against that. And Illia needs to fight another young guy in his prime. Oliveira, Holloway, they've been around a long time. So I would really, really love to see Topuria versus Pimblett. I would just love to see that fight. And, okay, next up on the list, man. And this is such a nasty one, man. This is such a nasty one. What should be the number one contendership fight for Illia Topuria? That's what I've been asking myself. Now, Illia, he beat Holloway, beat Oliveira, won the lightweight championship, right? I mean, took Oliveira's soul, took Holloway's soul, took Volkanovski's soul. And I was thinking, we should have Armand there. But this is the Paramount Plus deal opener. We need just the best fight, the biggest fight possible. And we need a guy that's only going to fight if we promise him a title shot if he wins. Justin Gaethje in the co-main event, and this is 5 rounds. And his opponent, Dan Hooker. This might be one of the most badass, sickest fights of all time. Genuinely. A 5-round title eliminator between Gaethje and Hooker to co-main the 324 card. The card's done. Topuria, Pimblett, Gaethje, Hooker in England, the card's done. You don't need anything else. But we're going to give you more, because this is the first card on the Paramount deal. We want to make this massive. In the feature fight, and this fight's a banger, Leon Edwards returns to fight somebody who just called him out. And I really like this fight, man. The guy didn't take too much damage at UFC 319. Leon Edwards and Carlos Prates in the feature fight. Goddamn, this would be a sick one. I think Leon and Prates would probably talk shit to each other because, Prates called him out. Leon's kind of been ducking fights lately. Prates could run on that. Leon's going to be back in his home country. I mean, this card is beautiful as it is. But we need a fourth piece. We need a fourth piece to this absolute monster of a card. I mean, we need something absolutely beautiful to end out this masterpiece before we inevitably put Kevin Holland on the opener. Okay? Arnold Allen returns to the... Oh my god, dude. This fight would just bang so fucking hard. Arnold Allen getting a step up against the guy who's so whiny and undeserving of a title shot, and definitely should not get one, but this would get him closer to one. Yair Rodriguez. Arnold Allen Yair might be one of the sickest fights of all time. This card right here, this card is just fucking beautiful, man. The UFC cannot mess this up. They can't mess this up, man. And like I said, Kevin Holland. Why? I know. Why? Because Kevin Holland is a guy with name value. He's a guy who's unranked. He's a guy you can just put on the opener. You know it's going to be fun. He always has fun fights. Even the D-Rod fight is a fun fight. Put him up against a guy who has been, like, on a run we didn't think would be on a run. Left hook, knockout Carlos Leal. Spinning wheel kick knockout in his last one. I feel like this would be a fantastic opener. Muslim Salikov, Kevin Holland to open up an already stacked card. Kevin Holland could get some momentum back. Or maybe Salikov will just spark him. Probably not, but this fight card, this main card is beautiful. It is absolute perfection. Prelims are going to be pretty perfect too, because to open up our prelims, we got the return of Christian Leroy Duncan. Leroy Duncan, spinning back elbow knockout against Eric Anders. He lost to Petrosian, and he lost against somebody else too. But I just feel like his game has evolved, man. He's actually learning how to control the chaos. He's very loose in there. He's not taunting. He's loose, but he's doing things that make sense. And he reminds me of a certain fighter that might be a little bit past their prime now, or maybe they could turn it back up to how they used to fight. One of the most fun fighters of all time, who needs an opponent like Duncan to bring it out of him. Michel Pereira, Christian Leroy Duncan. The perfect step up for Duncan. The perfect opponent for Pereira. This fight, it's either going to be pretty one-sided for Duncan, or it has the potential to just be one of the most insane spinning shit fights of all time. Duncan and Pereira to close out the UFC 324 prelims. My God. Now, next up on the list, we got a ranked heavyweight fight. Big Mick. Big Mick Parkin, man. What do I think about Big Mick Parkin? After that loss to Topuria, he's, taking a while off, and he kind of should. But I'm not going to reward him for that. I'm not going to give him, like, an easy fight at all. He has another prospect who just came off a loss, but didn't take too much damage in their loss, even though it was technically like a knockout finish. Mick Parkin and Tallison Teixeira on the UFC 324 prelims. I think this is a finish guaranteed. It's a very good fight. Teixeira's never been to decision. Parkin, he does go to decision a lot, but Teixeira's not going to let that happen. I like this one a lot, man. If Parkin could get the rebound, that would be huge. That's a massive fight. Two actual just behemoths. Parkin about 280 in the ring. Teixeira 6'7". Those are some big boys. Every one of these fights is bangers so far. I wouldn't lie to you. Payton Talbott. I was thinking, like, what's a big American name? Like, what's a big name we could get for that, like, America versus UK type of deal, which we don't really have on this card. We don't got an American versus UK fight, and I want one, man. Payton Talbott. Huge rebound in his last one. He's got his, I would say he's almost got all his momentum back. When he gets his next fight announced, it's gonna be hyped up, man. And there's a guy from England that he should just obviously fight, because there's a certain bantamweight who is murdering prospects right now. Actually murdering prospects right now. He beat somebody, I don't remember who he beat, but then he beat, oh yeah, he should have beat, in my opinion, he should have beat, what was that Peruvian guy's name? Oh shit, Daniel Marcos, maybe? I think he should have beat, was his name Daniel Marcos? And I thought that this guy won? Yeah, it was. I thought he beat Daniel Marcos. I am, of course, talking about the one and only UK, I guess legend, dangerous Davey Grant. Just beat Blackshear, beat Ramon Tavares, give him Payton Talbott. People would all be picking Talbot, but Grant might pull off like an ultimate surprise. That's a banger fight, dude. I love that fight so much. And then open up the prelims on Paramount. My God, if this doesn't get you salivating, pure violence. Michael Johnson on a 3-fight run right now, very close to the rankings. We need to give him a prospect, a really good prospect, a really good opponent from the UK. Somebody who just needs one more to get a top 15 fight. And Michael Johnson is the perfect victim. Or, he might just pull off a Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, Chris Duncan. Are there two? Oh my God. Chris Duncan and Chris Duncan. I just realized that. Michael Johnson versus Chris Duncan. A Duncan to fucking close, a Duncan to open. My God, this would be a fucking banger. I love this fight card so much. Feature early prelim. Kevin... Oh man, Villis, something. This guy just lost to Austin Boshi, man. I just wanted to kind of find like the worst bantamweight I could find. No offense, John Yanis. Yeah, I wanted to find the worst bantamweight I could find. He is 9-4. His best win is okay. He beat Nick Aguiar, who's 9-2. But other than that, it's like split decision, 9-7. Split decision, 10-7. Lost to a guy that's 4-3. I want this guy to lose. It's pretty obvious, and I'm putting him up against the guy I really want to win in the UK. His brother didn't, get it done, but Harry Hardwick, John Yanis would be an absolutely perfect fight to close out the early prelims. This would be a great card. Just overall, man, this is how you open up the Paramount card. None of these fights are going to be bad. Maybe this one, but none of these fights are going to be bad. This is like a fight where it's like, whatever happens, it's going to be monumental, it's going to be historic, it's going to be insane. Same with this one. This can't be bad either. This one's going to be nasty. This one would be nasty. This one would be nasty like always. I think I would be most excited for Topuria, Pimblett, Gaethje, Hooker, Duncan, Pereira. But, Yair versus Allen, Edwards versus Prates, these are all wild-ass fights. Johnson versus Duncan. My predictions for this card would be, I would go Harry Hardwick, Chris Duncan, Payton Talbott, Tallison Teixeira, Christian Leroy Duncan to beat my boy, Kevin Holland, Arnold Allen, Carlos Prates. Ooh, that's hard, man. Gaethje and Hooker's a really... I guess I'd go Gaethje and Topuria. And I think this card would be a great way to start off the Paramount Plus era. Guys, let me know what you think. Would you match make this differently, or do you like this UFC 324 card? And this is like the holy grail of opening up, UFC 2026. I don't think you could get better than this. Put it in the UK. The energy in the UK is just different. Pimblett Topuria is just different. Gaethje, Hooker, dude, Edwards, Prates, Arnold Allen, Yair, Duncan, Pereira, and even Johnson versus Duncan is a banger. Love this fight, guys. Put like Shauna Bannon on the early prelims. Don't put her on the main card. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow for UFC 325. Have a great one.